Now, obviously, I'm an adult, so I'm not going to be the biggest fan of Adin Ross anyway, because it seems like he appeals only to the Zoomer crowd, specifically the Zoomer crowd called the WL community, which is basically a bunch of people that spam W in chat. They speak like this as well, or if somebody does something that's a big L take or whatever, spam L in chat, boys. Adin Ross is somebody who got mega famous, streaming to hundreds of thousands of people on Twitch, and then got banned, essentially speedrunning his career. But just before he got banned, he signed a multi-million-dollar exclusivity contract to Kick. Kick, of course, being one of the upstart Twitch rivals, but not really a rival because it uses all of Twitch's technology. And he's basically subsidized from stake.com, which is a crypto offshore gambling website. And they're just paying millions of dollars to people and pissing money up the wall to get as many people on their platform as possible to funnel them into gambling. And of course, the house always wins. Adin Ross is a controversial figure, and he's also a fucking turbo dickhead. I have no reservations about saying that. I know he's young and he's got time to learn, and of course I was probably a dickhead at his age as well. And if he gave me tens of millions of dollars and a massive ego, the narcissism of being followed and looked up to by hundreds of thousands, millions of young men, maybe I'd be as much of a dickhead as he is. But the issue is that he has all these things, and especially he is a role model for today's youth that's growing up on the internet. And he's a dogshit role model. He's just not a good person in general, and then that brings us to why we're talking about this today. So Internet Anarchist is a commentary YouTube channel, does like video essay type stuff where he picks a topic about somebody, kind of like what I do on the main channel, Sunny V2, stuff like that. He does like rise and fall style content. Essentially, if you've seen Sunny V2's channel, then you pretty much know exactly what to expect here. And he did a video about Adin Ross, because of course Adin Ross was a popular topic. He started getting really into Andrew Tate, and then met Andrew Tate, essentially tried to transform into him by shaving his head and starting working out, which is good. But you can do that without essentially trying to transform into somebody who you're not and you're never going to be. And then taking on this rhetoric as well, this whole fucking Matrix nonsense, which if you believe you're an actual NPC, which is hilarious considering they usually call people on the opposite side NPCs. But in Adin Ross's villain arc, he's done the ultimate sin here, which is what a lot of these WL community keep doing. Like iShowSpeed's done this as well recently. He's copyright claiming people's videos that are completely fair use, and he's done this and then gone on stream and laughed about it. I hope somebody sues him. I really do. Or YouTube punish him for doing this, because this is illegal. You're not allowed to do this. But I'll play you the clip real quick so you can just see what kind of a fucking idiot this guy is.
W. Chat, by the way, this is Hassan's head moderator, chat.
He's not Hassan's head moderator. Hassan doesn't know who this person is. Maybe he's watched his videos before. Not the head moderator of Hassan. Hassan, of course, being Hassan Arby from Twitch.
Put a W in the chat. We stole $8,000 from him. W.
So he copy claimed his video. I can't remember how copy claims work, if you get all the ad revenue that had already accumulated to that point, or if it's just all ad revenue in the future from that video. Either way, he thinks he stole $8,000, and he's literally saying stole. And if you read the tweet says, I just lost $8,000 from Adin Ross fake claiming my video about the Penguin Zero versus Sneeko situation. Fuck you at Adin Ross. And it's just a link to the video received copyright claim. So Adin's not reading something that says this person stole $8,000 from me. He's the one inserting the stolen part. So he's admitting to theft, to steal $8,000 from this person. Now bear in mind, again, what Internet Anarchist is doing is using clips from people's content to tell a story, and they're all just short clips within the video, which is by definition fair use. He's then saying knowingly, I've stolen $8,000 from this person as a multimillionaire, by the way.
You. Yep. He needed that. Yes, yes. Yes. W, yes.
I don't think we need the full volume for this. So as you can see, he's not really operating on the fucking highest functional level, is he? But then again, he is incredibly rich, so I guess what do the rest of us know? Because this is apparently applauded behaviour from people who are yet to grow up, which eventually they will, and hopefully they look back on this and think, what was I doing watching and listening to this fucking clown that's just forgotten his makeup? Now, obviously, there's questions to be asked here, specifically about YouTube and what YouTube's doing about this and why this is such a consistent problem that creators face. And the only real answer is that YouTube need to do better. Like, there is nothing else you can say about this. I've been very lenient with YouTube in terms of how I approach this because I understand it's not always black and white and there's a whole lot of grey here, specifically in terms of things like copyright strikes, which of course YouTube is a safe harbor platform, which means they are legally obliged to essentially adhere to valid looking DMCAs. It's not on them to determine whether or not something is valid. That's usually on a court to decide, which is because of course a DMCA is a legal document and a legal process. It means that that's supposed to be solved by other people in a court, not by them. They're not the arbiter of the law. Now, of course, they could look into these more, but if anything's like riding the line, essentially YouTube has to side with the person filing the DMCA, because if not, if they do take you to court and then win and it's upheld that this was in fact something that was copyright infringement, that means YouTube are putting themselves liable for siding with you in the first place as the creator who have been DMCA'd. Which obviously no big corporation is going to do, no website, no individual in general is going to do, because why would you take liability for something that's not yours? But in terms of copyright claims, what copyright claims are, they're different. They're saying, I own this content and they're using it and I'm letting them use it, but I want the revenue as a result. YouTube should be looking into these because there is no, but apparently in certain cases like this, they're not. Either they're not or they're just skimming over it and seeing, you know, big creator claiming something, let's side with them. I don't know what the nuance is here. I don't know how specifically this has happened. I don't think it's automated. In my experience of receiving DMCAs, which are complete bullshit, YouTube have sided with me because they are complete bullshit. But I've also seen complete bullshit DMCAs be sided with the person filing them. So it seems like everything with corporations to be wholly inconsistent. Now, what are the ways we can fix this? Talking about it on social media, bringing it to the attention of YouTube, and holding them accountable to do better. What is the other way we can fix this? Holding creators who do this and companies who do this accountable, such as Adin Ross. Now, how is this going to happen? Well, somebody like Internet Anarchist should file a counterclaim on this, and if it goes to the point where he says, I see the counterclaim and I reject the counterclaim, and in fact I do own this, Internet Anarchist should take him to court. And I know that's like a crazy thing to say because that costs a lot of money, but Internet Anarchist is a sizable channel and he's getting tens of thousands, millions of eyeballs on this topic, and this is happening to multiple people by these same creators. So either one of these bigger creators that this is happening to, I do believe this has happened to Hassan as well, by Adin Ross, need to sue him, because that's the only way to get somebody like this to stop, is to actually damage their reputation and the money that they obviously hold so fucking dear. Or those big creators need to, and I would obviously chip money into this as well, crowdfund a legal case against people like this. Because if not, if these people aren't held accountable for doing this, why would they ever stop if it's just negative press? Because realistically, my audience, Hassan's audience, Internet Anarchist's audience, Brandon Buckingham's audience, Jabroni's audience, all these people replying to this, Omni, these big creators, all these people's audiences matter not to Adin Ross, because these people aren't watching this person. The people watching him are the type of person that make, you know, jokes at the expense of somebody's sexuality, gender, whatever else it is in 2023. They don't give a fuck. They think this is amazing, and they think it's great that their, you know, fucking top G, their savior, the person that they really enjoy watching, is admittedly stealing money from people that earned it saying things that he doesn't like, that make him look like what he is, which is a fucking child in a man's body. Now, obviously, I'm just going to run through some of Adin Ross's recent history to just show you that this is what people were talking about in these videos that he's then copyright claimed. He's gone on a binge recently of just consistently bringing this up. There's only 2 genders. Nobody asked. He brings this up in Twitter threads constantly when nobody's talking to him about genders. He just can't seem to get this off his mind. He's decided to go on Kick now because obviously Twitch banned him after he streamed pornography live to his mostly child audience, which again I think is illegal, and hopefully people have reported him for this because, again, actions need to meet fucking consequences. But he often goes on stream and brings on viewers and then gets them to prank their siblings, their parents, their friends, whoever they're living with, whoever's around. And he does this by getting them to, like, piss in things and throw them on people, attack people within their home. He's just generally a piece of shit. If you're not understanding, if you're not picking up what I'm putting down, he's just generally a fucking dickhead. I say that with all sincerity because I understand that people need to grow up and they need to be given space and they need to learn. But I don't know what this man's learning, because if nobody's holding him accountable for doing things that I would have thought you'd have grown out of as a teenager, then I don't know. At that point, I feel comfortable saying that you are just a dickhead. So he talks about other streamers, that they should slit his brother's throat because he's a Hasanabi fan and he'll give him 20 grand to do it. Telling people who donate to his stream to kill themselves because they talked about him being brainwashed by Andrew Tate, which is essentially true. Going on Omegle and offering to pay people money to, quote, act black, which is crazy considering most of Adin's audience was grown from, you know, hip-hop culture and things like that, which is predominantly black people and black culture. Just trying to bait people, and he did this to Trainwrecks as well, the person who fucking co-owns the website he now streams on, that just flat out cannot ban him because they paid tens of millions of dollars to get him on the platform, and they want his mostly impressionable twat audience, dickhead audience, to be on there and hopefully get addicted to gambling. So they can't ban him, so essentially he can just do whatever the fuck he wants, apparently. Jake Lucky, aka Jake Sucky, somebody who used to do like esports related stuff, now does mostly influencer culture stuff, big Twitter account I'm following, posted about Adin Ross blatantly streaming porn to his audience on Kick, and Adin's response was to DM him and say keep yourself safe, smiley face, which is obviously a threatening, aggressive type of DM to receive. And then, of course, there's saying the slurs that people essentially stopped using a while ago on stream. You can never justify using slurs on stream, especially when you are a role model for so many young people. You need to do better when you know that you have a sizable audience of impressionable, especially young people. And while you think you're untouchable and it doesn't matter because you could turn off your stream tomorrow, delete social media, and be wealthy and do whatever you want for the rest of your life, you should feel some responsibility to the fact that you've been put in a position of great privilege and also great responsibility to just be better as a person and to help the people growing up watching you be better as well. But instead, you're just going to do shit like this and just generally be a dickhead. I can't even say the word that I want to. You know what I mean, the C word. So there we go. Hopefully people fight back against this. Again, he needs to be sued for this. YouTube need to step in as well and do something to his channel for doing this. He does have a YouTube channel. I don't think he fucking cares at this point because of how rich he is. But either way, that's Adin Ross again. These people keep fucking doing this. These, WL communities, red pill people. I just don't know when it's going to stop. YouTube definitely needs to step in and do something, but in the place of YouTube stepping in and doing something, the creators that this is happening to need to do something about it. But there we go. Thanks for watching as always, and see you next time. Peace out.